Mike Tyson, youngest heavyweight champion ever. The guy didn't just win fights, he ended them. Seconds sometimes. That's why everybody knew his name. Fans, other fighters, your grandma who's never watched a single round of boxing in her life. Everybody knew what Tyson could do with those fists. And it wasn't just the knockouts, it was the whole package. The intimidation, the voice, the way he talked in interviews like he genuinely enjoyed hurting people. Love him or hate him, you couldn't look away. That's why he's still one of the most talked about athletes on the planet, decades later. Then it all fell apart. Prison, no gym, no equipment, nobody standing behind him yelling out combinations. Just a cell, a yard, and his own body. That's it. Now here's the thing. Most guys come out of a stretch like that soft, behind, rusty. Some don't come back at all. Tyson came out the opposite. Heavier muscle, faster, meaner. Went in around 285 pounds, soft, unfocused, off track. Came out around 215. That's not a little cut. That's basically a whole other person disappearing off his frame. And he proved it wasn't just for show either. Walked straight back into the ring and ended his comeback fight in under 90 seconds. So how? How do you rebuild a body like that with literally nothing? No supplements, no trainer, no fancy program, just a concrete floor and a body that had to figure it out on its own. Stick with me, because I'm breaking down the 5 exercises that did it. And one of them is going to change how you think about your neck. Yeah, your neck. Exercise 1, push-ups. Okay, obvious one first. Push-ups, everywhere in his routine, but not the way you're picturing it. He wasn't dropping down for one giant set and calling it a day. He'd break it up. A bunch here, a bunch there, all day long. Whenever he had a few free minutes, hundreds of reps spread out. Never one brutal session that wrecked him. And here's why that actually matters. Punching power isn't really about how much you can bench. It's about your chest and shoulders firing over and over without shutting down halfway through a fight. Tyson wasn't chasing a mirror pump. He was making sure his arms didn't die in round 9 against some guy who'd been resting all week while he was doing push-ups on a concrete floor. Think about that contrast for a second. One guy's got a full gym, a nutritionist, a recovery team. The other one's got a floor and his own body weight. Do that for 3 years straight. And yeah, that's where the upper body comes from. Not from anything fancy. From reps nobody was watching him do. Exercise 2, squats, the card method. Now this leg routine, plain ridiculous. In the best way. No barbell, no rack. So what does he do? Grabs a deck of cards, 10 cards, laid out in a line on the floor. Walk to card 1, squat down, pick it up. Walk to card 2, squat again, set the first card down on it, squat once more, pick both up. Keep going. By the last card you've done 100 squats, and you didn't even count them. The math on this is almost funny. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, all the way to 10, lands right on 100, every time. And it's not just a Tyson thing anymore. This exact workout still gets passed around prison fitness programs today. No plates, no gym membership, just a deck of cards, which, let's be real, is one of the only things guaranteed to be sitting in a cell. Some versions get even more creative. Assign push-ups to hearts, squats to diamonds, burpees to clubs, leg raises to spades. Flip a card, do the move, do the number. Whole gym, one deck. Nothing fancy about it. Just smart. Exercise 3, dips, dips. This is the one that built the punching power nobody talks about. Triceps, shoulders, the stuff that fires every time you throw a punch up close. He had parallel bars in the yard, and he hammered dips in huge volume. Same trick as the push-ups though, never to failure. Stop while there's still gas left. Come back a few hours later, do it again. Most guys doing dips today just want a bigger chest for the summer. Tyson was doing it so his arms wouldn't fold in the late rounds when everything hurts and the fight's still not over. Different reasons entirely. Same movement. Exercise 4, pull-ups. Here's a small one people always skip. There was a pull-up bar out in the yard, and Tyson didn't treat it like a workout. No warm-up, no notebook, no counting reps. He'd just knock out a few every single time he walked past it. Think about that for a second. Most of us do pull-ups once a week, chase a personal best, then don't touch the bar again till the next scheduled session. Tyson had zero plan. Same bar, same quick burst. Over and over, day after day, week after week. No app tracking his sets, no PR he was chasing. Just a bar, and a habit that never broke. And somehow that built real back and grip strength, just from body weight and a bar that happened to be there. Exercise 5, neck bridges. Last one, and this explains one of the most iconic things about the guy. That neck, wrestler's bridges, balanced on the top of his head, holding it for up to 10 minutes straight. Multiple sets a day. No harness, no machine, just his own body weight, pressed into the ground, for minutes that must have felt endless. Most fighters today use a harness with weight hanging off it for this. Tyson didn't have that option, so gravity and his skull did the job instead. And this isn't just for looks. A thick, strong neck is what stops your head from snapping back when you eat a punch. It's the difference between getting rocked and staying on your feet, between hearing the bell and not remembering how you got to the canvas. Quick reality check. Real quick, before we wrap this up. You've probably seen versions of this floating around online. Claims that Tyson did like 2,000 squats, 1,000 sit-ups, 500 dips, 500 neck bridges, all in one 24-hour stretch. One day. That's insane, even for him. Honestly, that version's probably grown a little every time somebody retells it. That's just how internet stories work. They get bigger, more extreme, more "no way that's real" with every share. The exercises themselves, all real. Those exact numbers in a single day, I wouldn't bet on it. Doesn't make the story any less wild though, so that's it. 5 exercises, 0 equipment. A guy who walked out of prison looking like he'd just finished an elite training camp instead of a stretch behind bars. Push-ups, broken up all day instead of crammed into one set. A deck of cards that somehow turns into 100 squats. Dips built for the late rounds, not the mirror. Pull-ups done like a habit, not a workout. And a neck built the hard way with nothing but his own head and the floor. No membership, no rack of dumbbells, no coach standing over him with a clipboard. Just discipline, repeated stupidly consistently, until it added up to something real. That's the actual lesson here. It was never about the equipment, never was. It was about showing up, doing it again and again, even when nobody was watching, and nobody was going to know if he skipped a set. If you want to see another system built entirely on restriction and body weight, go watch the Shaolin monk video I put up. What those guys do to their own bodies makes even this look tame.